Good morning everyone, Rich at Rivera Urban Homestead. Today we're going to do an indoor edition. We're going to plant up all these microgreen seeds that we did last video, that we got set up. We're going to plant them out today, and I have a little surprise visitor to show you. So come on in, let's come to the indoor garden and get working. Okay guys, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to mix up some soil to use for the microgreens. So I just went and bought a little cheap Rubbermaid at the dollar store. Grab my natural and organic seed starting mixture. I'm sitting on my son's little stool for his little toy drum set. Okay, so we got the seed starting mix in there. And the seed starting mix, there's no real nutrition in it. It's mainly just a medium to grow your seeds in to start germination. So what I'm going to do, I have 1 cup of kelp meal. Going to throw that in there. We had that azomite rock dust in this pouch. I'm going to add that to it. We're just going to give this soil a little bit of nutritional value and trace minerals. So add that. You might as well use this. I have a big one for the outdoor garden, so might as well just use that up. And what else? This is more kelp meal, but I just put some in, so we'll keep that for later. Alright. Okay, now guys, this is really easy stuff, so it ain't going to take too long to get the microgreen indoor growing going. So let's come over to the trays and I'll just show you how much soil I put in and we'll get started. Okay, so with my trays, I'll take the seeds out of it obviously, and we're just going to fill them up about 1.5 inches. That's really all you need in there. You don't need a whole lot of soil. So about 1.5 inches. So then once I put the soil in, I'll take another tray the same size and just stick it in there and kind of push it down so you have a nice surface to get your seeds going. And that's it. Okay, and that's it. So about 1.5 inches of soil. So I'm going to fill up the rest of them and we'll get going. Okay, so I got these 4 all set up. I had some water that was sitting out for 24 hours. So all the chlorine hopefully is all dissipated. So all I'm going to do now is add a little shot of my lemon juice to the water. That should be good enough. Little splash. They kind of like it a little acidic, the microgreens. So I just always add a little splash of lemon juice into the water. Okay, so I got the water in here. It's mixed up. Pump my little hand thing here. Then I'm just going to wet this soil down a little with the sprayer. Okay, just kind of get that soil nice and wet. Just like that. Okay, and now we're going to place our seeds. So, let's start with the red cabbage. I had this just kind of left over in a bag, so we'll just put pretty much all of this into one. Let me show you this one right here. Kind of zoom in a little. And you just want to spread it around evenly. Grab a little bit in your hand. Make sure you get all your edges around the sides and all that. Some of these seeds are really kind of hard to see because they like match the dirt. But we got red cabbage in there now. And it looks like it's pretty well covered. think that's all I'm going to put in there. You want a nice dense layer of seed, especially if you're going to be cutting them at the baby stage. And now we got the Mizuna. And that red cabbage, it'll be a dark green with like purpled vein leaves and just like a mild cabbage flavor. The, let's see, Red Kingdom Mizuna is red leaves with green stems. And it's supposed to be kind of a mild flavor. And these seeds are, they almost look like the red cabbage seeds. As you can notice, they are very hard to see. They blend in really well with the dirt. So you just gotta have to really eye it and see, just do the best you can, you know. Again, around the edges. Don't miss the edges. We'll get a nice thick layer in there. And I think we're good there. Okay, so now we got the Mizuna set. Next one is going to be the spicy micro mix, which that is basically red and green mustard, so it'll just be a spicy, you know, flavor, which will go good with all these mild ones. Edges again. You get the point with the edges, obviously, I'm sure. And that's just experimenting, guys, as far as what works for you, the density. It's all about experimenting. The good thing about microgreens is you can experiment and you're not wasting a bunch of time. It's not like you're growing corn and you're waiting a whole season to see if you did it right. This is like a process that takes literally 10 to 15 days. This stuff will all be harvested. The ones that I'm planting in these 4 are kind of a faster growing variety, except the amaranth, which we're going to put right there. The amaranth is a little bit slower grow time. They recommend like 16 to 25 days before harvest on those. And the red amaranth, I've never tried this one before. I hear it is kind of a harder microgreen to grow per se, but it's supposed to be like a fuchsia colored leaves, and the stems are, or the leaves and the stems are the fuchsia color, and then it's like a mild earthy flavor. If you look in there, these are going to be easier to see. Wow, holy cow, I've never seen amaranth seeds. Those things are tiny. So let's get them into that one up there. This will be a good one to watch the coverage for sure. Got your ends. Wow, that's really cool. If you get too many in one spot, just kind of, you know, spread them out a little. Beautiful. Alright, so now we have these 4 trays soiled. We have seeds in them. So what we're going to do now is just do another spray. Let me back you up here a little. Okay, just spray some more mist on them. This little mister I bought is quite cheap. The other one that I bought in a recent video on microgreens, I actually used it in the outdoor garden to help with the caterpillars and stuff, the mixture I made. So that I am not going to use back in here. So I went and bought this cheap one, but I should have bought one a little bit more. But anyway, we're just going to water them in. I like using the mister because it doesn't really shuffle the seeds around any. It's just a nice, gentle watering. And it'll keep them seeds pretty well in place. Alright. And there we go, guys. So, we made the soil. We put the seeds in. Now, all we have to do is cover them up. I have 2 full trays. So now all we need to do is black them out. Boom. Put the domes on. And there you go. Okay guys, so doing the sunflower seeds is a little different. These are the black oil sunflower seeds. Now the bags that I got from Amazon, they came like pre-measured to do a full tray. So we're going to do, this is 1 bag, I just split it into 2 jars. With the black oil sunflowers, you want to soak them and actually get them germinating before you put them in the soil. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill up these with water. I'm going to let them sit for about 8 hours. After that 8 hours, I'm going to drain them. I'm going to rinse them all out. And then I'm going to let them sit moist, but not in water, for about another probably 15 to 24 hours until you start seeing the little white tails growing out of the seed. Once those little white tails start coming out of the seeds and germinating, then we will put them in the soil mixture. So I'm going to go fill these up with water and we'll let them soak pretty much overnight, and then we will plant these probably in another day or 2 once they're germinated. Okay, so there we go. They're in water right now. We're going to just let them soak. And that's it for those. That's all we can do with those right now. Same thing with the wheatgrass. We need to soak it, let it germinate. We'll do the same process, about 10 hours soaking, rinse them out, keep them moist, and you just rinse them like 3 different times in the next 10 to 12 hours. And then once they start germinating, we will plant these as well, or put them into the microgreen trays. Alright, so there we have it, guys. We have germinating, already planted, and that's all we can do for right now, guys. So that is the initial planting of the microgreens. We have the 4 different varieties over here. We have the sunflowers, we got the wheatgrass in the back germinating. We'll let those soak and start getting their little tails going. And now I just wanted to show you my special visitor. So let's go over there and take a look. So I want to introduce everyone to the new member of the Rivera family. This is Miss Molly. We got her from the shelter yesterday. She is a 7-month-old mix and just the cutest little girl. Huh. Very cute little girl. So that's the new member of the family, Miss Molly. So anyway, guys, here's our new little addition. She scarily looks like Daisy quite a bit, huh? But she's having fun. She's getting adapted really nicely. And the kid loves her. The dog is tolerating her. And the cat, not so much yet. But anyway, that's it. We're going to grow these microgreens, and I'm sure you'll be seeing a little more on this little cutie.